over to League of Europe. This is round number 12 of the season, and we head to a track where it's going to be very enjoying for the drivers. One of the longest tracks on the calendar. Let's hope it doesn't rain. I probably jinxed it now, but it is the Marina Bay Circuit, the Singapore Grand Prix. My name is Jess Ball, and joining me in the commentary box, he's very dedicated today. He's commentating on his birthday. It is Mr. Evil Dragon. Firstly, how are you doing on this fine day?
I am doing about as well as normally am, aka I'm just doing what I normally do, just been watching films all day and downloading stuff from my computer. So if I do mysteriously lag, well, it shouldn't because I'm on a PlayStation, and B, I'm on Discord on my PlayStation as well, so it shouldn't lag at all. It's a benefit. But I'm doing good on this lovely day, and instead of having a nice evening of, watching films, I was going to watch Titanic because I haven't watched it in a while. I'm here commentating at a racetrack called Singapore, which is probably going to go about as well as the Titanic did, as it is either A, going to sink, or B, we're going to be stuck on some lifeboats for a while. Especially if it rains, which historically around Singapore it tends to do.
Yeah, it does. I haven't experienced a race. I've been racing anyway that's rained. So hopefully, fingers crossed, that could keep my trend up with that respect. So a little bit more about this track. First used in Formula 1, 2008. Designed by Herman Tilke, believe it or not. He designed a lot of circuits and street circuits nowadays, and it was a bit bumpy to start with due to the dangerous pit entry and high curbs, but it was sorted out quite quickly. The 2013 race, there were some larger changes to that circuit as well. The Singapore Sling at turn 10 was removed and replaced with a simpler, faster left-hand turn. Quick look at the track map whilst we're at it. 5.063 kilometres long, 23 turns, 14 to the left, 9 to the right, 2 DRS zones. The last time in League of Europe we're going to be racing in this current configuration, because Liam, it's going to be changed in 2023 in the real life version.
Yes, now Codemasters version, who actually knows? I mean, knowing Codemasters with their track abilities, we'll probably have the Singapore Sling back, mysteriously. Man, I digress on Codemasters' ability to make circuits that are correct. I mean, this one's not bad. I mean, it's the only game I know that's got the circuit on. So, I mean, it gets off and, the other circuits on the game completely wrong and gets annoying. But, I mean, yeah, like I said, next season, of course, in F1, they are getting rid of a little bit of the circuit, which kind of wind its way through where underneath where the grandstand used to be. That's all just gone somewhere. It's a straight line and it's faster. I mean, there's probably going to be a humongous accident there, but what could possibly go wrong? That is this year, isn't it?
Yeah, that is this year, could be. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, to be honest. But we'll see if people can make more overtakes. By the way, if you're wondering why there's a delay, we're waiting for, I think, a couple of drivers to join the lobby. So hopefully we could join the lobby soon. I wasn't here last week. I was away. I was going karting over at Thruxton. Really enjoyed it, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. But you were here last week.
No, I wasn't.
Were you here last week?
No, well, I wasn't commentating.
Oh, you wasn't commentating? Oh, okay.
No, I don't have the ability to comment. Well, I haven't set the PlayStation up to stream. We'll put it that way. I raced. I had the most beautiful glitch where I was given penalties and couldn't see anything. So thank you, Codemasters. You absolutely beautiful, darling.
Yeah, you told me about that the day after, didn't you? So yeah.
But penalties or warnings.
Yeah, we both weren't here last week, but I've got the results from last week. Yeah, we saw Connor take his first race win of the season in Mexico. 25 points to his name. Kai sits P7 in the championship. Our championship leader, Chill, also had a good result. He finished in second with D-Morts in third. 10 points separate the two of them at this moment in time. It's a good redemption for Chill because he did not score any points in Portugal. YYY, Cully sits third in the standings, 127 points. And it looks like we're going to be getting underway soon, which is good news. Ryan B and Sergat are tied on 107 points. Sergat with his second DNF in a row. He's got quite a lot of DNFs this season, which is not good. Cam is in sixth in the standing, 96 points. I already talked about Connor in seventh. He's on 85 points. MCR in 8th on 67 points. Guapo in 9th on 66. Then we got J-Luke on 60 points. We got Charlie on 52 points. Then we got Matt Tibbos on 41, Ryan Belshaw on 33, Lars on 33, Harry on 24, Julie Shell on 24, Corley Kicker on 18 points, Harry F 17 points, Haledi on 11, Valter on 5, Melty on 4, and Toyn Coin. Still like that name, by the way. He is here tonight again, which is good. He is on 2 points as well. So, we are about to get underway. 31 laps await the drivers, and the race distance around about 156.953 kilometers an hour. It is a counterclockwise circuit, which means there could be muscles and parts of your body that could hurt more than usual, as I found when I did a race in Singapore a couple of weeks ago. But you'll be glad to hear it is dry qualifying so far. Let's hope it's a dry race, touch wood. Otherwise, we're both going to be late for D4 later on. But Connor keeps interestingly selected inters already. Don't know why. But if people go on the circuit quickly, that might mean that it's not a dry session for the whole of it. But we'll have to wait and see. But yes, what interesting moments have happened in this circuit in the past, Liam?
Well, so, of course, first race under the lights, 2008, we all know what happened there, so we don't need to go on about that. Kimi Räikkönen crashed into the Singapore Sling, that's what happened there. Massa's decided he wanted to take the fuel rig with him. Some other thing happened involving a Renault and some scandal of cheating. I have no idea what they're on about, I don't remember anything. Of course, 2009 was pretty boring, 2010 was alright. Of course, we had Alonso versus Vettel. Well, Vettel, it depends which way you want to call his name these days. Either way works, but of course, crossing the line very close. 2012, I can't remember anything. 13, I remember Mark Webber's engine blew up and he got nearly hit by a Mercedes as he took a ride home with Fernando Alonso on the side of his car. 2014, can't remember anything. 2015, can't really remember anything. I think Ricciardo finished third, second, in some of there. 16, I can't really remember anything that happened around Singapore. Of course, last year was 2018. Vettel, no, it was 2019 he won his last race. Now, I remember that one. 2018, Vettel also won, I think. I can't remember.
That was Lewis Hamilton. It was a big crash. It was raining.
That was 17.
Was it 17? I swear it was 2018.
Verstappen, Raikkonen, and Vettel?
Yeah.
Turn one?
Yeah.
That was 17.
Oh, right. Okay. So I had that fact completely wrong all along. I have to amend my notes at any time I commentate on Singapore again, which I think
2018 was... I don't really remember what happened in 2018. I'm pretty certain Vettel won 2018.
Let me have a look at the Singapore winners, and whilst you do that, you can commentate on Ryan Belshaw's lap in the Alfa Romeo.
Yes, now... Right, where is he? There he is. So here we go then, up towards turn number
invalidated.
1. He's invalidated. Excellent stuff then, so
Harry
not...
F.
So Harry F in the Alfa Romeo then. Here we go down towards turn number 1. Chuck it down into 4th gear. Get the rotation into the right and then right over the curbs. Easy to make a mistake through that rear end. Often they can swap around. You come through 3 and then of course into 4, of course. Then when it is going down at Raphael Boulevard, then of course the little right hand kick which comes up at you very quickly. And the only corner on this circuit, I actually know what the corner name is. So there's Raphael Boulevard right there. It's named because it is a boulevard and presumably called Raphael. I don't know. Here's where many cars keep going off into walls in real life. Here's one where Michael Schumacher went off in 2011. And then, of course, we come out of here. This is not where the Singapore Sling is. It's the next corner where the Singapore Sling lies. Getting a bit of a toe from the Ferrari. Through he comes then into the quick left of turn 13. There's Singapore Sling. Used to be back there, but many cars got lost. Of course, over the Anderson Bridge, which has been changed in recent years to be slightly more tighter than it used to be. Coming up then, and now down the second of the DRS zones on this circuit. And this is where Michael Schumacher crashed the second time. Most spectacularly into the back of Johnny McVern in 2012, and the race after that he announced he was retiring from Formula 1. I was very sad when that happened, but here we go then, in the Alfa Romeo, through the next couple of corners where we've seen a few incidents happen, involving cars spinning into the wall on the inside there, into the grandstand we go, where, of course, many cars can lock up into the wall, but he gets it fine through that, and into the last couple of corners on this circuit, the left-hander. Make sure you kiss the wall as close as you can into the last corner. Slight lift off on the throttle. Not really in use of much brake. Though it does touch it ever so slightly. Up to the line. First time on the board. It's a 1:37.9. Let's go across the line. Will be one of the Alp Williams. It's a 37.5. Ferrari goes off the road, does not set a lap time either. And I believe we've got MCR crossing the line next as well. Goes up to third position. The Red Bull crosses the line of Ryan B. He goes up to first, 37 point for the second Red Bull. Or is it Cam? It's Cam crossing the line. 13th for him, so 5th for him. So 38 there. And Sergat goes up to B1 for the time being. A 37.02 in the Mercedes. So Red Bull versus Mercedes at the front of the field. I've seen that somewhere before. And we'll see that tomorrow for Australia, because that is where
Spoiler alert.
one Red Bull and one Mercedes qualified. I mean, you probably watched it by now. I mean, it was like 12 hours ago.
It was about 6 a.m. Yellow flag. That's people moving out of the way. It was 2017. That was the wet race. It was Sebastian Vettel that was on pole, and Lewis Hamilton went on to win that race, and he won the following year as well in 2018. It was 2019. Sebastian Vettel won his last race for Ferrari in Singapore.
Yeah, of course, we didn't race in 2020. We came back in 21 and 22, in which case Verstappen won. I'm pretty certain both of them anyway. I think Perez won 22.
Yeah, Sergio Perez won in 2022.
Yes, Perez won 22. Verstappen, I'm pretty certain, won in 2021.
There was no race in 2021.
Was there not? I swear there was.
No, there wasn't.
Oh, well, never mind. Oh, yeah, still, I forget now. 2020 wasn't. 21, yeah, well, never mind. Well, there we go. Verstappen hasn't won at Singapore yet. There we go. I mean, the master of street circuits.
He is going to win this season in Singapore. Come on.
Oh, well, I mean, you say that, but he didn't do well last season. I mean, he got mugged off by a four-time world champion called Sebastian Vettel.
Aww.
My hero. And Sagatlo, meanwhile, coming into the pit lane. I think everyone's finished their first real runs of qualifying. I think got Julie Show on a lap time right now. And got a lady in the pits. And Conor O'Keefe, who is just going on the intermediate tyres just to get some calibration in their pedals. Now, of course, don't forget, by the way, here in LOE, normally, and hopefully, we don't see people track extending all the time to try and get past their rivals, as we've seen many times on other circuits. So to be fair, Jess, on this circuit, you can't really track extend, because if you do, you're hitting a wall. Unlike Bahrain, where I saw some shenanigans go on. Controversy and drama, but we don't get controversy and drama at Singapore, I hope. I mean, I might have said it before. I hope that doesn't happen, though. But meanwhile, Julie Show on a lap time. Purple Sector 1, not really a Sector 2 time, and, well, not really a beginning of Sector 3 either, by the looks of it. But a bit of a mistake from the Alpine, which I like talking about a lot.
Yes, you do. And speaking of track limits, that leads me very nicely to what the stewards are keeping an eye on today. It's Turn 1 to Turn 3 track limit, exit of Turn 7, and exit of Turn 23. So 23 final corner, which is probably where we saw one of the Alfa Romeos invalidate. Turn 7 is at the end of the DRS straight. I can see why people invalidate there. And obviously turns 1 to 3, some people can go off there as well. So Julie Show, he invalidated turn 23. So there we go.
Yeah, he did.
So I talked about turn 23 and someone invalidated straight away. So, yeah.
There we go. Love to see it. Everyone coming out on that outlap right now. We've got Ryan B. We've got MCR on their outlap. And we've got a lady, of course, starting his first run of this afternoon as well. 10 minutes to go in qualifying. Don't forget, by the way, strategy normally around it. One strategy is normally the hard to the medium compound tyre. Soft normally don't last around it. It's normally very long, but I'm interested to see what the strategy is, because the weather for the race we don't quite know yet. As there's an Alpine in the wall. Is that Julie's show?
That is Julie's show.
That corner I mentioned earlier on, Jess, that I've seen people go into before. For some reason.
You mentioned it again.
The Alpine has gone into the wall, and I like it, and I like seeing Alpines going into the walls.
Is that the exit turn 9?
That's where Hamilton went off last year. It's where he's seen quite a few cars go off as well. That's not a nice place to be parking the car, but gets out the way, luckily enough, and down into the hairpin. But MCR, like I said, without a front wing. We've got a few cars on their lap time so far. Coming up in just a moment's time. Ryan B apparently is on a lap time, but of course he's just starting his out of that, because as usual in this game, it glitches out and doesn't really tell us he's on an outlap. But trust me, he's on an outlap, because no ERS has been burnt, and the Red Bull, which illuminates it almost, well, it's dark navy blue, almost looks black around here in the floodlights of Singapore. Up to the line, let's see. Currently P6 in the order so far as you take it all the way through turn 1. Use a bit of curb on the exit. This is one of the corners where it's very easy just to get the car over-rotated on. Then you're just going wide through here like that. And then you're going into a wall like that. And that's not what you want to be doing around Singapore turn 1, 2 and 3.
Stay. Don't move.
He's ghosted. It's fine.
Okay,
I mean,
that's good.
Now
That's
you
good.
can go.
Yeah.
And there we go. Back on the throttle.
Oh,
as,
you don't get disqualified. He's not disqualified.
fine.
He's good. He's good.
Struggling. MCR next on a lap time right now as he's coming down into the Singapore sling length. Here he comes and nice and gentle through there. 4th gear down into 3rd. Don't like the rear tyres up too much as he's really not liking the rear tyres up until gets close to that wall, which I've hit many a time before. It's not very fun to hit. Very easy to hit as you come down, of course, into the little kick with the DRS zones. And now, of course, if you're wondering in F1, where is the new circuit going? What is happening? Well, basically, from my understanding, you just go straight here, all the way through here. You go straight down that escape road and you rejoin pretty much on the exit of this corner here. So you rejoin, well, out of here, really. So all you're doing is cutting out 2 corners. You rejoin out there, and then, of course, down into this braking zone here, which I've got a feeling is going to be very scary. There's a hello. There's a Haas in the
Energy, that's off.
MCR last corner, and this should be good enough for 11th position. Doesn't improve by much, but did a little bit better. Let it. Dropping it out of the last corner, well, the second last, third last corner. These are triple apex corner. It counts as many corners. But Elodie into the pit lane. Conor O'Keefe finally bolted on a set of soft compound tyres as D. Mort goes up to P1 in the Aston Martin for a few seconds before the Mercedes beats it. But what about the other Mercedes of Conor O'Keefe through the last corner? Has had an up and down season so far, and he's certainly on the up right now with a 36.6 as well, a few thousandths ahead of his teammate as well. So the 2 Mercedes lines up from the other 2 Mercedes powered units. Of course, Matt Tibbles on a lap time right now, and it's just starting. No, he's finished lap time 37.1, but it is the top 3 so far, the class of the field.
Yeah, they are, isn't it? Obviously, Conor O'Keefe winning last time out. Sir Gat, who has the pace to be up there if he doesn't crash, and D. Mortz that's pretty much 10 points behind Chill in the championship, so they are up there as well. And I'm just seeing Chill in the chat that he doesn't like this track because it's the most wheel-biased calendar in the history of LOE. Says that to me. I use a wheel, and I'm not doing well in the championship. So there we go.
I use a pad, and I've not had a very good season. I won a race and then lost it because someone gave me a penalty for touching them in the wet, and I got very angry at them. But then I raced at Singapore, and the game broke. Not Singapore. I hope I'm cursing now. The game's going to break me tonight, isn't it?
Mexico, you race in.
Yes, Mexico, not Singapore. Don't break at Singapore. Few cars, 5 minutes to go in qualifying, so last real run starting now. Few cars getting out of the way. We've got a Mercedes off the road. I believe that's Gat getting out of the way of his teammate because he's got no fuel left and he's just ready.
No, but it's Connor.
Oh, well, Connor just spun as well, ironically. One car spins and then the other one goes, you know what, I want to join you. But almost gunning in the way of one of the Alpha Tauris there, and that would have been YHYY, who just about got out of the way, but he's coming in the pit lane anyway, so all ends well. These yellow flags fly. I think really that is everyone's run over so far. Julie Show on a lap time again, so let's see what he can do in the Alpine, which unfortunately for him hasn't had a very good qualifying so far. He's been in the wall twice. Now, as long as what happens here, he doesn't go straight on down here, would be very ideal. So, let's see, down to the brake. So, very easy, like I said, it is easy to snatch a brake and go straight onto the wall. He does that a bit fun, gets over the curb, nice and dandy through there. So, he's got past the sector where he did binned it earlier on. Now, he's nice and gentle on the fuel, gets on the power nice and gently through the next corner. Again, another corner you can run very close up to the wall, and it's very easy just to tap it in. And that just says no, but down Singapore's leg, down into 4th gear again. Chuck it through here, keep it in 4th, down into 3rd on the exit, up to 4th again, up into 5th, short shifting as well. Remember, using the medium or low tractor control option on this car, as you can tell by the fact it is short shifting a lot. There is the other Alpine getting out of the way of Toincon, who's currently sitting P4 right now. He's just popped up into there alongside the top 3 as well. So good lap time from Toincon, but Julie Show, purple sector 2 so far on my end. What about down into here then? Third gear, nice over the curbs. Don't do a Renault through here. There we go. As now you come under the grandstand, which is the most pointless grandstand in history. I'm pretty certain you can't see anything. Through into the last couple of corners. Nice through there, a little bit deep, but he'll get away with it. And of course, a bucket load of overseer on the exit. Into the last couple of corners. Nice and flat through here. The car will stick up to the line. And it's going to be only good enough for P11, but 37.6. So far, puts him just a second off of the top so far, but not bad running for him.
No, not at all as well. Don't forget, top 12 score points in Eloise, so he's in a prime position at the moment. Caller could get in P12, not that far behind as well, around about 700 separating the two of them. So some good rivalry there as well. So let's run through your order then. At this point in qualifying, because very soon it will be calm before the storm. So, it is Connor O'Keefe that will be starting on pole at the moment. Provisionally, things could change with a 1:36.614. So, Gat, his teammate in P2, 1:36.617. D-Morse in third, a 1:36.6. While Harry F's going to stay in ninth at the moment because he's retired. I'm not sure where he's binned it. If he's in the pits. I think he's had enough. Okay, so... and then we got Torin Coin in fourth, 1:36.755. Matt Tibbles fifth, 1:37.142. Then we got J Luke in sixth, 1:37.419. Ryan B, 1:37.503. Chill at 8, 1:37.536. Howie F will start no higher than ninth, 1:37.541. And Tep is White Trial White with a 1:37.604. Things could all change at a drop of a hat. Everybody is going out again. I don't think Harry's going to have enough time to go out anymore because the outlap is definitely very long around here, around 2 minutes, 2 minutes 20. So, yeah, Harry will be taking no further part unless he could cut every corner to man, which you're not allowed to do. So, yeah, he won't be continuing in this qualifying session. Same with Judy Show as well, as he just come into the pit lane. Touring Coin won't take any further part either, whereas Connor O'Keefe is going to be the first man to start it out. Interestingly, he's going out early. I'm guessing he either wants some clean air or he wants to have a little bit of a buffer just in case he loses it on his first run. But he's a favourite so far. Only a few thousand separating it between himself and his teammate. That's great to see. Let's see. This could help with the constructors, couldn't it, if these two stay like that in the race? D-Mort's crucially ahead of his championship rival, Chill.
Yeah, that's quite crucial, of course. These two jockeying for the Mercedes top dog here in qualifying. The Aston Martin just a few thousandths behind as well, as your yellow flags getting kicked up at the first sector as well as people come out of the pit. Then Connor O'Keefe, 66 thousandths up in the first sector as he comes through, then past the boards and now down into the bridge, the Anderson Bridge is it is called, right up against the wall there as well. Nice and gentle through the exit, third gear, a little bit twitchy on the rear end, but that might cost him a few thousandths on traction. Let's see what the sector's split is. Here's he up, a tenth and a bit up then, so finds a bit more than 60 thousandths on that sector as well. So 60 thousandths for the first, 60 thousandths in the second as well. Slight graze on the wall on the left right there, but of course on this game you'll get away with that. Up against the right hand side, graze it as well. Down on the brakes, down to the fourth gear, nice and close. Again, touches the wall a little bit there. That might have given him a little bit of hindrance. He took that a little bit too deep. On the exit through here, again, just gentle, runs up all the way against the wall. Getting the Mercedes, make it even more, 36.4. The target for him to try and beat, and he very much gets a 36.4. What about his teammate right now, though? 24 thousandths up in the first sector, as well as is the kind of guys we're looking at. Mort is well on a lap time, purple sector 2, so these are the guys we're looking at right now. The Aston Martin, who's currently P2, P3 in the in the order right now on this grid. Let's see what he can do. A few other cars up the road improving. I mean, it's Jay Luca, his teammate, crossing line right to right wide, who's just finished his lap actually anyway. And the Ferrari crossing up next as well, but here's D-Mort, a bit out of shape down there, touches the wall. This really might not be good enough to get himself on the front row of the grid. Let's see, can he do anything? Does get on the front row of the grid, but made a big mistake. What about Sir Gat? He's hit the wall, I think, Sir Gat as well. So, a bit of a mistake for him, but can he finish the lap off? He had a whack on the wall on the left. He comes into the pit lane. So, he's bailed out of it then. So, Aston Martin on the front row of the grid, unless anyone else Can spring a surprise. Matt Tibbles through the last corner. Can he get himself up the order? Goes up to P6 so far. Jay Luke is down 2 seconds. Chill's finished his lap time.
MCR is down 2 seconds. So it is Connor O'Keefe that will be starting in pole position.
Yep, Connor O'Keefe on pole position from Mort. Gap then in third. Toyn in fourth. Chill from Tibos. Jay Luke and then Ryan. Harry, of course, in ninth. Whitehead, Julie Show, Cam down in 12th again. He's having a torrid qualifying season so far. He's not really had the bit between his teeth, of course. Was running so well last season. It all seems to have unfolded for him this season. Kicker in 13th, Lars in 14th, MCR from Harry in 16th. He did not get a lap time, and a lady at the back of the field with Ryan right at the back as well. So there is qualifying of your 18 drivers. Of course, we are missing 2. Of course, that is a McLaren, and it is also, what's the other car? We are missing a Williams, I think. No, I don't know. Another car.
It's not Williams because Cam's in the Williams.
We're missing a car. I don't know what car we're missing, but one of them's not there.
Is it a Red Bull?
Yeah.
Could be at Red Bull. I don't know. But we'll go through your results then.
Yes.
So we'll go through your results. Connor O'Keefe will be starting on pole. D-Mort in second. Sir Gap third. Toyn Coin in fourth. Chill in fifth. Matt Tibos in sixth. J Luke in seventh. Ryan B in eighth. Harry F in ninth. White 12 rounds up your top 10. Then we've got Julie Show in 11th. Cam in 12th. Caller Kicker 13th. Lars 14th. MCR 15th. Harry in 16th. Aledi 17th. And Aledi in 8th. Ryan Belshaw in 18th. So, yeah, I was right. There is one Red Bull missing, and it's Melty. So, there we go. So that is your order then for today's Singapore Grand Prix. Question is, what's the weather gonna do? Come on, game. What are you gonna spring?
Well, I'd say sunshine, but moonshine.
It is midnight over there.
Yeah, it is. Well, 10 o'clock in the evening. I believe it is.
It is. I don't know. I don't even know. For people are keen to get going. Jeez.
I don't really know what's happened to all of the mechanics in the pit lane, but they seem to be doing some T-posing on my end. I don't know if they're doing that for you, Jess. Can you see the mechanics?
Yeah, I see them on top of each other.
They seem to be doing some new poses here today in Singapore.
It's been like that with every race I've commentated on. So.
Excellent. The game's bugged. Thank you, GG Codemasters. Absolutely fantastic. Of course, they seem not to be able to code the game. But here we go. Formation lap is on, and let's see what tyres everyone has. I'll tell you what, the top 2 certainly starting on the hard compound tyres. So top 4 have all got the hard tyres on. We've got mediums for Chill, Matt Tibos and J Luke on the hard, Ryan on the mediums, hards for Harry, YH and Julie, mediums for Cam. And the rest all on the hard compound tyres as well. Of course, like I said earlier on, one-stop strategy, hard to medium, the ideal strategy around here. Ideally, I want to be starting on the hard compound tyres. And that really is just puts down to the fact that on this game, the hard tyres are harder to warm up, as you would imagine. Of course, when you start on the game, you, of course, do get the warmer tyres. And don't forget, by the way, as I've discovered, in terms of reeving your tyres and spinning around, that does actually take quite a lot of tyre wear off your car. It doesn't take massive off, but of course, more you even do silly things like spin the car around, it does actually wear the tyres out more. So look out for that one as well. If you see people making mistakes and spinning around, they will be pitting a little bit earlier on. Not by much, maybe by a percentage or 2, but in a race like this in Singapore, a processional race often, and a race which has a 100% chance of the safety car happening historically in league racing, which you'll be seeing a lot of pit stops this afternoon. Just starting on the medium compound tyres, you're ideally getting it to around about lap 13. If you want to go onto the hard compound tyres, the last 20 laps on the hards. If we get an early safety car, well, it's not really going to change the pecking order too much. No one's starting on the soft compound tyres, and no one really being able to go 10, 11 laps on the softs either. If memory serves, it's about 8 laps the maximum you can get out on the softs, but don't quote me on that because I haven't actually tried. I know it used to be on the older games about 8, 9 laps. I can't remember it's on this game.
According to the game, 9 laps, but realistically it's less than that due to tyre temperatures can be quite high around here. So I think you can do it if it's under safety car, but if you just put on the softs at the end, like on like lap 22 or something, and there's no safety car, there's no way you're going to get them to the end because the tyres will lose its optimum pace very, very quickly. So let us know your predictions in chat. Who you think's going to win this race? Can Connor O'Keefe get his second victory in a row? Or will D-Morts get another victory? Can Sergat come redeem himself from his troubles? Touch wood. As, by the way, the graphics around Singapore on the PS5 for me look absolutely fantastic.
They absolutely do. Oh, hello, there's a Williams going for a spin. Then, you know I said about earlier on making spins, wearing a tyres? Well, that medium compound tyre's going to be...
It's banned in quite a few leagues that I'm in, actually. They decided to ban people spinning in the formation lap.
It doesn't look very good, but we're just waiting for the last car to get into grid position. The AlphaTauri, who is struggling. We got an Alpine trying to find his grid position as well at the back.
That was, I think, Judy Show.
A little bit of a kerfuffle going on there, but go in a few moments' time. 5 red lights then will illuminate the streets of Singapore. Look, but never stare, because in just a few seconds' time, we will be underway, and it is go, and it's a good start from Connor O'Keefe. What about the Aston Martin? Gets a flyer off the grid there. Well, the Mercedes had a shocker in the background there. Was that Sergat? Did not get a start at all. You're going to get through turn number 1 correctly. It looks like they have done time around. A few cars getting a little bit closer in the midfield there as they run up through the hill, but Mort with a flyer start there. He's done exactly what he wanted to so far, but Connor O'Keefe already on the attack, well as the Alpine then of Toincoin. Gat just did not fire those tyres up, and here we go then, down Raphael Boulevard. No manoeuvres so far on the first lap, between the first two. The Mercedes trying to make a move in the background, so Gat on the Williams can't quite do it. Everyone else slotting into positions. They come down then the corner. No one trying to take heroics so far on the first lap, which of course an opportunity to make a position up, but it's so easy to stack into another car or stack it into the wall. There it is, lap 18 really to 24 for the hard compound tyres. A two-stop strategy. Hard, medium as well, potentially, but I presume everyone will be going for the one-stop unless we do get the safety car quite earlier on. If you're on those hard band tyres, you can go medium, and you are getting more than one safety car.
Oh, Gat, no!
It's always a gamble.
Gat's had a spin. That is turn. That's out of the hairpin as well. Turn 13. Yeah, I was right. I had to look at my track that a little bit. So he was in third. He's dropped down to last.
Yeah, third had terrible start, just those tyres were not warm. They did just not fire up at all this afternoon, so that is a rotten luck that Mercedes had. Just like kind of realistic to what I've seen in real life of other Mercedes not having good races around there, but Connor O'Keefe pushing on a little bit wide there. He's actually losing that gap now. It's around about 6-7 tenths of a second. D-Mort's picking up his first warning so far that I visibly see this afternoon as he went wide out the last corner, but everyone else behind, keeping themselves on the island. So I don't forget DRS trade. Often quite come around here, but if you're Sergat, you are wanting to make a move very quickly. You know you've got a car good enough for at least third or fourth position. You're now stuck right at the back of the field. This is where that frustration comes in. It's very easy now just to go and make a mistake, put it into another car. As, oh, wow. As Julie shows has gone off straight in front of me and almost took Sergat with him, so that would have been awkward. But the Alpine, who did that earlier on, actually, did that in the same corner in the session. Now, is that going to be a safety car, or a virtual safety car? No, we're going to get away with it. So, Julie Show, whose afternoon in qualifying didn't go well, his afternoon in the beginning of the race hasn't gone well, but his teammate, Toincoin. So, fuck P3, having a not too bad afternoon. He's not having a too bad season. He joined, of course, around about the middle-late stage of the season
Connor.
as Connor tapped the wall there nearly. Opportunity for Toincoin to try and lunge around the outside. That's not going to work. Going to get squeezed into the wall there, Sunshine. But now, look who this is allowed to. Here is Chill. Here is the others coming through. Yellow flags. And Julie Show is out of the session. He's binned it off into the corner where he binned
safety
it
car.
earlier on.
No, VSA.
Virtual safety car now deployed. The Alpine, who binned it at the first time around at the third corner, is now binned it in the same corner at turn 7, which he did earlier on in the session as, well, the virtual safety car deployed. And hopefully every driver hasn't had the glitch that happened to me earlier on where you can't see the hacking thing, which really annoyed me because thanks to my comrade Jamie, who helped save my bacon a few times, telling me when it was coming in because it didn't tell me. But I imagine this will be a pretty short virtual safety car, as I think We are going already. I mean, Demot seems to be going already. He's
slow down. You don't want to get a pen. Oh, he's slowing down. Okay, good.
DRS enabled, and now we are running again. Then, so away we go, and here we are. At this second. Now, of course, it might have been an out glitch. I mean, to be fair, that Mort was getting it sometimes just up and then just disappears when it comes in. But everyone else, line is stunned so far, and that gap between Twin Coin and Connor O'Keefe back up again to about 0.6 of a second. Connor O'Keefe really actually closed up to Demot. Demot really kind of held himself up a little bit by slowing up so much, and that gap now back down to 0.6. But he seems to have the pace so far this afternoon to be able to get that gap back up, so let's see if he can push on the Aston Martin. Behind him, the Mercedes, then the Alpine, and then of course the Williams, and then of course the Red Bull behind of Raimi, the one of only one so far this afternoon. So let's see what they can do, of course, so far, but it has been a relatively scot-free beginning of the race. Apart from one car going into the wall, no one else has really stacked it into each other, which is fortunate.
It is a hard track, Singapore. Not gonna lie, not one of the hardest, to be honest. I think it's one of the easier street circuits in terms of keeping it out the walls because it's more wider than tracks like Monaco. I had a race around Monaco, which didn't go very well. I had side pod damage, floor damage, and rear ring damage. So yeah, I still kept going.
Damage, yes.
I still kept going, but I finished like 14th. But there we go. So that's why I prefer Singapore because it's more wide. You can make more overtakes, and yeah, I got a podium there recently, which was good. But that was by luck, not by pace, because I was nowhere near the pace of everybody else. But anyway, lap 4 then. D-Mort's already out of DRS range. Well cleared of DRS range to Connor O'Keefe, so that's going to be allowing Jill to try and close it ever so slightly. People are being a bit patient to save their ERS because they can use up a lot of their battery around here due to these hot temperatures, of course, as well. They can lose so much heat and so much, well, pretty much have a lot of heat during the race. I'm trying to find some information that I've written down about that. They can lose up to 3 kilograms of fluid during the race. And that's why it's one of the most physically demanding races on the calendar. So, yeah, imagine if these drivers are racing there in real life, how much more they will be losing, obviously, when they race there in 2023 as well. So, yes, not much movement's being made at the moment, but...
Oh, you say that. The Letty is right, having a bit of contact down into the hairpin of turn 13 there, nearly, as... those two line each other up and got awfully close, the two Ferrari-powered cars, with the other Ferrari ahead of him with Lars, actually. The 3 Ferraris all in a line, then we've got the Mercedes and then the other Ferrari. So the Ferrari-powered cars aren't having very much fun so far.
No.
The highest one is, well, it's 8th, actually. It's the only Ferrari-powered car in the top 10. In the points, however, we have 2, because MCR in 11th so far, kind of holding this train, actually, 11th down to 17th. As Mort stretches that gap out now to 1.1 seconds as well as he continues to put the pile on the pressure and slowly open up that gap a little bit now. But further down the field, we've got a few cars close together and they'll be spread out a little bit. DRS train starting to form this afternoon, but you've got the top row, you've really got the top 10 together, then you've got kind of, well, you've got the top 7, I say, together, then you've got 8, 9 and 10. Which is Harry, Wyatt and Cam kind of drop back a little bit. Then you got that gap, MCR down all the way to the back of the grid as well. So 3 little trains starting to form as the pace starts to open up a little bit between the drivers. And of course, Singapore, like I said, one of the most demanding circuits in the Formula 1 calendar in terms, of course, the humidity as well. It is, of course, very much on the equator, 10 p.m. at night time as well. So it's humid, it's hot, it's often beautiful, of course. In real life, as you've seen, it does occasionally spring up the odd, very big thunderstorm, like, of course, we saw last season, which the heavens opened, and I was all sad because they waited until... because the FIA don't like E-weight compound tyres.
No, they don't. Whereas in the game, you can have the wet compounded tyres. So, you see, tell that to the F1 driver, saying if the F1 game can run it in the wet compounded tyres, so can real life. And there we go. And maybe they need to make the tyres better in real life. As White at the moment, he's hit the wall. That is before the tunnel section. You can see the Ferris wheel as well.
It's...
And he's going now back to last position. That's Free Sergat and Harry. We can see Sergat trying to go side by side and hit contact with Ryan Belshaw. Harry, though, could take advantage. One driver's gone into the pits. That is Lars. So I think Lars' afternoon has gone from bad to worse, unfortunately. So he makes his way in, whereas his teammate trying to make moves. Lots of moves happening in the midfield so far, which is great to see. Corner kicker, by the way, trying to close in on MCR. And interestingly, the top three are all hard tyre runners. The medium runners seem to be struggling a little bit, but we'll see how it all goes once we get to the end of the race as well. We saw in a race I commentated on, we saw an early safety car, and people were forced to go onto the hards quite early. And some people gambled and went on the mediums, and we know how that went. Quite a few people had a few punches, but there were some people that still made it and made that gamble. So just because people like Lars is at the back, that doesn't mean you stay there. The safety car could pretty much change that, as Conor O'Keefe is closing in. Not too much. I think the gap's been relatively stable up front. The top three remaining unchanged. She'll be the leading one on the memes. He's got to make a move soon, hasn't he?
Yeah, they've got to try and make their moves in the next couple of laps if they can, but it's kind of a situation of where and when do you make the move. Of course, down turn one's an opportunity, down into three as well, down that, is it turn 5, I think, out of Raphael Boulevard. Of course, another place you can make a move, but right now these guys are all kind of stuck in a DRS train as well, so no one really able to make the inroad that they want to be able to. Meanwhile, down in our battle for 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th and 16th position, they're all stuck together and having a bit of a battle right now, and it is very entertaining to see that all these drivers are keeping it with each other and not making mistakes. There hasn't been any real contact or drama so far. I had a look up the inside and didn't work. I mean, like I said earlier, you can try making a move to turn one, but you've got to have a lot more pace. That straight is not long to make a move, of course, and that really proves there, because he really should have set it up down into here and had the opportunity down here, but alas, he decided not to, as here comes Cool Kick up around the outside then, and then see into 5, and this is where it can get messy. He's forced a little bit out wide there by MCL, but nothing lost between them. That was a relatively fair manoeuvre. I think Cool just went a little bit too deep there. He wasn't going to get it around the outside either. Difficult corner to do, as he'll squirm around behind. Still though, up front, gap remains vigilant and remains the same between all the top guys as well. The medium compound tyres coming into it a little bit more right now as they close up, but not a huge margin. As back to MCR land, let's see, as a Cool Kick up with the help of DRS, got anything down here to make a challenge into this corner? No, is the answer. I'm pretty certain you get DRS down there at least. I'm not 100% certain. Yeah, it is DRS, so. But again, another one that's not long. Here, of course, will be another DRS this season in the next year's game, where you go completely flat down there, but no DRS down there currently. As, into the wall goes Cool Kick up. Now he's hit the wall a little bit there. Went too. Car wasn't sticking, and a bit of damage there, I imagine. I think, well, it might have done a bit more damage. It might have done a bit of pride than damage. I think you'll get away with it there, but there's slight graze on the wall, Jazz.
Yes, but that means he's lost a bit of time already to Aledi. Meanwhile, White went past Harry and he spun the exit of last corner. Yes, so hopefully Harry has not picked up a bit of damage, but I think we could see some moves in this backfield of cars. No, we're not, because Matt Tibos down the inside of J. Luke into turn 7. Nicely done from McLaren, up to 6th place. He's now going to chase down Ryan B. Now we'll have to see if the gap comes down between the hards and the mediums. If it does, we know that the mediums may lose its optimum pace. But don't forget, the mediums, well, I'm looking at the pit windows. It's not the right time to pit yet, but the hards can get to the end, but you will start to lose your pace quite quickly. Lap
that's going to
14.
get a bit close between Ryan and Aledi's already cut over. Jessica goes side by side over there. Around the outside goes Ryan B. Has he got the move done? Well, no. Because Aledi's unfortunately decided that was not going to be on for that move, and I'm afraid to say That's all going to be on the ladies there. A little bit of daylight and a dollar short. Kind of just try to get a good exit. Just understeered off into the rear end of the Alfa Romeo, who made a super little move around the outside there. But unfortunately, yeah, it's going to be an absolutely naff right now. But D Mort's up front still leads this race. First lap of this race, 42.1 now. Now 1.2 second gap. Toincoin really starting to come into this one a little bit now. Is he starting to close up? Those hard compound tyres on Connor's car starting to go off a little bit. As in comes, or I presume into the pit lane comes Cool Kicker.
Yeah.
Into the pit lane he comes. Wasn't coming up, he came in the pit lane. So I feared he went into the pit wall, but not too far back to make a move down there. But let's see, get a good exit out of here, and you could lunge one. But again, not going to be making one from that distance unless you're planning to send the Mercedes in to the next postcode. But let's see, Cam on the move meanwhile. He's just got past Harry F as they've touched again, and car off. Who's that?
Chill.
Is that Chill off the road? He's hit the front wing going off of the front right end plate's gone on the car, so not making a move as his teammate overtakes him as well. Is off the road goes Harry. And was that an illegal overtake?
I think Harry was. I think it was either Harry trying to get past Chill or the other way round.
Well, no, because what's happened there is Chill.
They're
there was an illegal overtake.
What the hell?
There was an illegal overtake right there. Harry had to give the position up, and is now stopped behind yellow flags. Lady red. So another driver making a mistake as Harry stuck behind Chill right now, and this isn't going to be doing either of these two any good. Is on the outside. That's going to be brave. That's going to be understeering into a wall nearly if you're not careful, and Chill gives us enough space as he physically can without making contact, and doing a good job. He's coming in the pit lane anyway. No front wing on the right-hand side, so unfortunately, that's going to be a pit stop for him onto a set of hard compound tyres. The next 21 and a bit laps for him, and that should be relatively easy to do as well. And he comes, gets the car in there, and of course the mechanics will do their duty for the Williams team. But up front, 1.0 seconds still the gap between first and second. Toincoin not making inroads right now, but what they are doing is making the outroads on the likes of Ryan, who's closing up now.
I think most crucially, Liam, if we have a safety car now, there could be a possibility that they could get the hards to the end. So if for Ryan B and for Cameron, if safety car comes out now, that'll be great timing for them. So that is something to think about. The safety car window for the hard runners will be around about lap 15, 16 type of area. So that is when realistically the mediums can last as well. So that's something to watch out for as well. 9/10 of a second separate each tyre. So 9/10 of a second between the mediums and the hards, and 9/10 separated between the mediums and the softs. We may not see the softs for the entirety of this Grand Prix. Let's look at. We haven't talked much about who's gained the most positions actually. Cam has gained the most in the top 10, up 5. Overall, Ryan Belshaw has gained 6. Ryan B has gained 4. Biggest loser, by the way. Chill down 10. Sir Gat down 6. Obviously, Sir Gat started in 3rd position, so they got a long way to go as well. Lars Kicker not having a good race, and stops. Well, Lars has already made 2 stops, so that's not good for him. But still, plenty of racing laps still to go. It is the longest race on the calendar, and luckily we only had a VSC. Toincoin again not being able to get past the front lot, but still creating a gap behind to Ryan B, so that strongly might mean, and Matt Tibos is closing the gap to Ryan B as well, so that might strongly suggest that the mediums are starting to hit the crossover point. It's starting to get towards the end of their life, so in the next few laps or so I would expect the medium runners to come in.
Yeah, next 3-4 laps you'd imagine, so around about lap 14, 15, like we said earlier on, that's kind of the delta you want to be taking them around, and let's see what they can do. The top 3 close together right now, all within DRS of each other, all 7 temps separating each other as well. Bad mistake for Connor O'Keefe that time, Low had a big twitch, and again, Toincoin, he's too far back to capitalise on it there. He's not like he could dive from there, but gets awfully close to the rear end of that Mercedes, but Connor O'Keefe's pushing those tyres a little bit. He's over doing the rears. He's definitely losing them more than the likes of Morts and Coin. So needs to be careful that's not taking any life out of the tyre compound, because that's the last thing they want to be doing. Take life out the tyres, struggle around here at Singapore, a circuit which is very commonly high degraded. It's very easy to overheat the car, and well, when you do that, you lose all momentum, you lose all pace, and D-Morts now gets that gap back up to just nearly a second, but still just about with DRS, but kind of in a situation right now, Jess, where Toy Coin's not really close enough to get Conor O'Keefe. Conor O'Keefe is close enough to get to D-Morts, but gets close enough but then loses the time again, allows Toy Coin to close in, not do anything. So we're stuck in a little pendulum right now. It's something eventually it's going to go horrifically wrong for one.
Yes, and hope not, because otherwise it could end their races, because it's not that long to go until the end of the championship. We've got, after this race, we've got 5 more races to go. We've got, obviously, Singapore, we've got Austria, Netherlands, Saudi Arabia, Belgium, and Brazil. And unfortunately, I'm going to be missing Brazil, unfortunately. I'll be away on holiday that week, so that's annoying, but I always tend to miss Brazil in terms of races. It's very annoying, because I love commentating Brazil. It's one of the best tracks to commentate on this game. And Letty is in. He is front wing. He's going to run out of tyres at this rate if he's not careful, so he comes in anyway. As the gap's coming down, Conor O'Keefe 6/10 of a second, so I wonder if he saved his tyres more than D-Morts has during this race, which will come into effect soon. And Toy Coin in this as well. Lars just about comes out ahead of a Letty then, so they're on the memes. They will have to pit again. There's no way those memes will get to the end of this Grand Prix. Don't forget, if you haven't already, like this video, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell if you are new. Follow us on Twitter at League of Europe, join our Discord, and also follow us on Twitter as well at JessGames95. Here's mine. And what is yours, birthday boy?
It's Leary Media. I think. I'm pretty certain it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
They're good. I remember my own. I should know that. Again, Toy Coin really close up at turn number 1 and 2. He is this opportunity he's got, if anything, to make this maneuver. It's down here. If he get a good exit, uses ERS, he's got a lot more than his rival. But let's see. Tucks it into the slipstream. Both of DRS, both together. Yellow flags on a Ferrari off of Lars. Down on the Anderson Bridge, so he's had a mistake. He's got a few cars Cam in the pit lane, and that 13. But again, no manoeuvres done by Toy Coin. Again, just a little bit too far back to realistically make that manoeuvre stick. But they're all still together, and they're all still pushing on their merry way. Around about 3.8 seconds, the gap between 3rd and 4th position, approaching the 4-second gap. So it's really now a battle between the top 3 as YHYY and MCR go battling down in towards turn number 8, and that's getting a bit frosty. Better contact, and let's see, this is going to be a AlphaTauri up the inside. These two are going to be awfully close, but give each other enough respect, and it works all well in the end. So that's the thing around Singapore. It takes 2 to tango, and certainly on that occasion it worked. And are we going to see any manoeuvre back with the help of the DRS down here? He's always got a good exit out of here, but a bit of a twitch then for YH, and it'll be difficult now to make a lunge up the inside here. You will be really putting faith in the other one to see you, and he thinks better off trying to take an audacious lunge from that far back.
Yeah, I think he wants to make sure he nurses his tyres, really. But I think YHYY would probably want to make the move into turn 1. As Ryan B is probably following what Cam's doing, and he's coming in as well. So I think all the ones that are on the mediums have come in now. So that has completed their strategies. And then we'll wait for the hard runners to come in. Oh, yellow flag.
So Gat struggling on the rear again then. So that Mercedes, for whatever reason, like from the start of the race to now, it just is not biting on those tyres for whatever reason. Getting out, he could probably pit on the mediums around about... Well, he can't pit on the mediums yet. He might be able to. Everywhere else I see medium tyres.
Maybe. Oh, Ryan B.
Ryan and Ryan. The battle of the 2 Ryans battling around it. It's Ryan B behind Ryan B. And let's see which Ryan B is going to come out on top of this one. Well, you would imagine it's Ryan B 94, but Ryan B 1291 has the bit between his teeth. He has the outside line, but Riv Ryan has the better tyres. They're going to touch tyres a little bit, and these two got to be careful as Hannering comes into this one as well as This is probably infuriating Ryan a little bit to get past these guys. He knows he's in a different strategy, and he's just holding him up a little bit. But remember, these compounded tires, they take a little bit to heat up. That's what he sees, weaving it a little bit. Trying to get some tire temperature to him right now, because these tires are pretty cold right now.
They do look cold, don't they? I mean, I wouldn't want to be on those hard tires. It takes a while to warm up around this circuit, but as soon, in a few laps' time, we should be fine. And you'll be able to hopefully, potentially, get past him very, very soon as well. And just by the net times, around about 12, 13 Grand Prix are hosted around this circuit. And just to believe it or not, Singapore Grand Prix is 4 races here have been won in a time of over 2 hours. Luckily, there's no rain, so we probably won't. We won't probably get to the hour mark unless we get quite a few safety cars as well. As I have to say, the final corner is going to prove it tricky for some if they do. But here comes Ryan B then, the Ryan B in the Red Bull. He's surely going to have more grip on his tyres now that he's warmed them up as we head towards turn number 3 then. He's in 3rd gear through here, through 4th into 5th, 6th, 7th. No, he doesn't go into 7th gear, he stays in 4th. Now going into 5th, now that is where you short shift into 7th. Here comes Ryan B. He's going to think, oh, not much space at all as you head towards turn 7. Around the outside, can he do it? A bit of contact between the two of them again. They like to make contact, don't they? But Ryan B in the Red Bull is up into 10th position. And you can tell he's using manual gears because of the way he was short shifting through there. But yes, he's in the top 10 score points. He's technically your net race leader, but there's people that have good gaps already that Ryan B will probably still come out in where he was before anyway, because obviously there's some people that haven't had the race of their lives at the moment. Meanwhile, wide, trying to get past MCR into the 3rd sector. That is, I believe, turn 14 of Connaught.
Yeah.
So, and then through at turn 15 and 16 now, and heading towards the tunnel. Right, wide, just about has the pace. Our first medium runner, and our first hard runner, Liam, is pitting, and that is J-Luke.
Yeah, about half race distance then. He's going to take on those new set of tyres as out he comes on those medium compound tyres right now. Where's he going to come out on all this? It's going to be pretty close, you'd imagine, with the likes of Ryan. This is kind of the battle we're looking at. Let's see. Out the pit lane, you'll see the AlphaTauri popping
Ryan
out
B
right
just
now.
about gets ahead.
He'll be behind Ryan. He might be just ahead of the Ferrari, but now he needs to get these tyres up to temperature like we've seen earlier on. This has been very difficult for these drivers to do.
Yep, it has, but luckily the mediums don't take as long, so maybe he can catch up soon. But Harry, we know those hards could last a bit longer, so maybe he's waiting for a safety car. That's quite why probably a couple of other people have stayed out as well. If there's a safety car for Harry could get back into this as well. And pretty much the battle at the front pretty much stabilised. It's all about the battle for the last few points in Alawi as well. And don't forget, they can also get fastest lap points as well. Fair play to Aledi and Lars, by the way, for still keeping going, even though they're 41 seconds down the road. They're going to be a lap down sooner or later, but at least they're still going, which is great to see from the pair of them. As all, we had the Ryan B, who took a different line to J-Luke there. J-Luke's going to go for the move up the inside, in towards Connaught on turn number 14, but Ryan B gets a switch back, heading towards turn 15 now in the right-hand curve. Very, very hard to keep your line there, but J-Luke just about gets the move done, or does he? Yes, he does. Now heading towards turn 16 and 17 now, and he holds his line. Brilliant stuff. Those mediums are starting to get up to temperature now, heading towards 18 and 19 and 20, and heading towards the final few corners. He goes. Yellow flag. Oh, that's gone. That's Lars had a bit of a spin again, which is not good. D-Morts and Conor O'Keefe staying out still, but still having a battle to themselves. You will expect, Liam, the medium, the hard runners to come in now. This is the pit window.
Oh, is that
Lars?
What's that yellow? This is Lars getting out of the way.
He's lapped.
Always makes me jump when I suddenly see a yellow flag pop up randomly down the straight. I'm always worried something horrific's gone on.
No,
but like
it's
I said,
not.
yeah, these top three staying up for the time being, probably stretching it as far as they can do. They will be on the medium compound side. I'd be gobsmacked to see them try and take us out of soft compound size. You have to get to at least that 23, ideally 24.
27 realistically.
Yeah, 27 realistically. 23-4 is kind of the upper echelons of that one, but these three all together right now, all just holding each other's line. To be fair, luckily no safety cars in this race, which is yeah, historically is a surprise because normally you see a safety car, but again these guys will follow each other, do whatever he doesn't do as Ryan and MCR go battling down the corner, and there is Ryan getting relatively through on MCR, as well as J-Luke coming through, as well as now, suddenly the AlphaTauri versus the is on then. These two drivers, both on different compounds, both of course stopped very recently as well, so you would presume that J-Luke is the quicker car right now, and by the virtue of the fact he is closing a bit quicker, you would indicate he is.
Someone's in, that is YHYY, J-Luke's teammate, so at least they're not going to get the double stacking issue. Don't forget 9/10 difference between the hards and the mediums then, but they have the varying pace, both of these drivers, so we'll see who has the upper hand here on lap 18 and 31. J-Luke doesn't have that much ERS, whereas Ryan B has more, so he can defend for his life here, heading towards turn 5 and 6 they come then. J-Luke with a DRS, Ryan B does not. He has the better straight line speed as well. He's going to go to the left-hand side. It's time, turn number 7.
Oh,
they make contact again. Luckily, no damage, but you can't make contact like that. Oh, that was almost in the wall there between the two of them. Luckily, they did not. Good respect there as they head towards turn 9 and heading towards the Singapore Sling coming up now. And J-Luke's not going to go for it there, but he's finding it. I'm quite surprised with me, rather finding it harder than we thought to get past the hard runners, which strongly suggests track position is key. And obviously Ryan B pitting for the hards and starting on the mediums. That's paid off at the moment. D-Mort and Connor O'Keefe are in. Toincoin stays out then.
D-Mort's 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So that's not going to help his cause this afternoon. But like I said about the two, no love lost between that one. It was an audacious switch back all of a sudden to the outside to the inside. It really almost ended in absolute tears for the pair of them, as these two got awfully close. And these guys are going to come out. Where are they going to be in comparison to the leader, I'm wondering? Well, the lead pair, they'll be behind, but how far behind is the question? These guys just exit the pit. They're very far behind is the answer to that one. They're going to be, well, there's the Ferrari that's lapped coming through. So that shows you around about 8-9 seconds the gap between them. But here we go, J-Luke again then. With the bit between his teeth, he's probably a little bit frustrated. He didn't get the move done the first time around. We don't know if he's got any damage on that car as well. He was a little bit forced up against the wall. There was no malice between it. Those two just fighting hard. And let's see, with DRS again, let's see. Too far back to make a lunge this time around. He's got no ERS to play with either, so he's just going to have to sit behind as well. You can see, like, those tyres a little bit better on the brakes, a little bit better on the acceleration. But around Singapore, you really being fast is one thing. Getting past the other driver, as per usual in Formula 1, is a completely different story. And so far, not really making the inroads he wants to do, as we are all going now to the end of this race, barring any late race safety cars, which Toincoin and Matt Tibos certainly hoping for right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering why they're staying out, because realistically a few laps ago would have been the nice window to pit. But yeah, I don't blame them for staying out, to be honest. But Toincoin is deciding enough's enough. He comes in, Matt Tibble surely will follow him through. And then we don't forget we still got Ryan Belcher and Harry to still pit as well. So yes, they come in. So at least everyone will have a spare set of mediums in their back pocket. If the hard runners will have to come in again. So because if you get a balance option, you get 2 sets of mediums. One of the updates the Codemasters I really liked, so thank you very much. Because I didn't like it when you didn't have that much mediums for the race. It gave an advantage for the ones who started on the hards, really. At least we get more varying strategies now.
Ryan B and Matt Tibos in turn number 1. These two are going to be nowhere near each other, actually.
Matt Tibos
is going to be close. They are They aren't going to be too far away, but they aren't too close. How about Cam's managed to get himself up into 7th position out of all this, so he's really gained a bit. Man, here we go. Ryan versus J. Luke. Ryan's tapped the wall on the exit of the corner, and this is... To get a run, he's going to have to try and make it, but it's audacious to take a lunge up there. It's not going to work. He could try down here, but again, it's just not going to work. He's too far back. He's frustrated. He's got no ERS to play with either. And he is stuck behind. We got a Ferrari in the wall. Or is that? It certainly is in the wall because there's no front wing on it. Now, is that going to cause any kind of issues? Is that going to be a safety car? It's well off the racing line. So, you'd argue if there was anything, it would be a virtual. But nothing given there. So they get away with it. Meanwhile, further back down the field, Harry, Kicker, Chill all still together in the battle, whilst we continue to keep an eye on this battle up front. Gonna key fastest second sector. You'd presume right now, Jess, it's kind of got the man kind of in this race has got all the tools to win this race because the car ahead has that penalty.
Yep, he does. And also Ryan B has the penalty as well, so he has quite a big gap as well. Toincoin, he's got the fresher tyres, but he's finding it hard to warm up. So if there's a safety car, he could be back in this as well. But yeah, some really great stories that we can see emerge towards the end of this race, as I think Lars is probably going to retire soon. He got a 5-second penalty for corner cutting, and he got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting, so...
I think that's a retirement, Jess, you know? And a 5-second speeding in the pit lane, and a retirement as well. So, thank you very much, good sir, for your evening. Unfortunately, that is the end of that one, picking up many penalties very quickly. That was 13 seconds of penalties, Jess, in the space of 12 seconds. Which is a lot.
Yeah, I think he wanted to give up. That's probably why he got penalties on purpose there, which you're not meant to do, by the way. But we pretend we did not see that.
Oh, J-Luke, 3-second time penalty as well. So J-Luke, I believe it's
where was
from
that?
Ryan as well. Exit of turn 7, so went a bit too wide on the curb and just picked up a penalty. And that's one of the corners you can pick up penalty around this circuit. It's one of the only few you can realistically pick penalties up, and a big clout on the curb, and again these two getting close to that wall, and no cigar right now. I tell you who's catching these guys, both of them. Matt Tibbott coming into this one now, and I tell you what, there's a 4th position right now on Matt Tibbott's table, and as things stand, it is, as D-Mort's, Sir Gat gets a 3-second time penalty as well, and he is down in 11th. I tell you, it's been a tale of two halves for him. And that good lit the tyres up earlier on, hit the wall as well once, and he just has not really managed to get anything back. He's still in the points. He has got a few cars ahead of him. He's on the fresher tyres, so you'd argue at least 9th position at best for him, but it's not been the afternoon he wanted.
No, which is a bit of a shame, but if he still gets points, that'll be good for him, but he will need to pretty much get within, well, increase the gap to 3 seconds from right to right, because otherwise it's going to be tough. But he should get at least 1 point at this moment in time. He could still get past a few cars. He's got Chill and Cooler Kicker in front of him, so that could be very, very interesting towards the end of this race. Matt Tibbott, by the way, is chasing down the pairing of J-Luke and Ryan B. So here comes Matt Tibbott then. To the right, then they go. Just about avoids the wall as they head towards turn 7. And Matt Tibbott is up to 5th. They touch a little bit there. As I think Matt Tibbott is now going to try to see if he can get past Ryan B, which is going to be harder than it looks at this stage. These drivers are proving to us that it is quite hard to overtake in some places, because the top 3 are the only drivers that have not moved a bunch since the start of the race. They, apart from obviously Sagat, the top 3 pretty much remained the same for the entirety of the race.
Yeah, Matt Tibbott, you'd imagine right now, this is the opportunity he's got if he's going to make the manoeuvre. Too far back, Larry kind of put Ryan B a little bit offline, but he better tyres, a lot better tyres, at least, 6 laps better tyres, so he should have the pace to get past if he can get past. Yellow flags, there is Ryan B out of... He caused a safety car, or is it just going to be local yellows down there if they can clear the car? Looks like just a local yellow so far. No safety car indicator coming out for me so far, so I think we're going to get away with it.
That was probably off the circuit, I think.
Well, it's what? That's Singapore Sling, Jess, so he's gone off that. So,
No safety
no
car.
safety car. So, and the racing gods have decided they don't want to bring anything out for them, which is probably fortunate for us because we've got a race in 20 minutes, if that. We've still got 12 and a bit laps to go. Is Matt Hill now going to be lining up that move on Ryan B? And this should be a little bit in the right now. They'll both burn the ERS. Ryan will try and put up a defence the best he can, but I don't think he's going to be able to do unless he brings super late, and he'll end up clipping in the car, in which he does do. So, and now what that's done is just allowed effectively very much to the inside, and these two are going to get closer. And there we go. Forces him out right, like Ryan did to Jalik earlier on. And I'd probably argue putting up that run of battle, Matt Till, wasn't going to work. Your racing driver is sure you find it, but he's lost more than he's gained right now. Instead of losing one position, he's lost two.
Yep, it is hard to obviously try and regain that position after that mistake. And J-Luke just capitalised on that. So he's doing a very good job. But he's lost all that time fighting Ryan B to Matt Tibbles now. So he's... And with that penalty as well, that's going to affect him massively. So I think he will just settle for 5th position in this race. And I think... Oh, Cam and Harry F are very close on track.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I mentioned earlier with Sergat having a good afternoon. Going backwards, to be fair, he's losing. He's just not making any top whatsoever. He's just not got, in this race, the pace to overtake, and he's just stuck there right now with these guys, Jill and Kicker, who are on nearly 10 lap older tyres, and he just cannot make the inroads. He's got YHYY behind him at the same tyres. In fact, making more inroads than he is to the guys ahead, so it's not going well for the Mercedes driver, while the other Mercedes is having a bit of a better race. Harry F trying to make a move on Cam towards turn number 1, 2 and 3. Got to exit through 2, not making up the inside into 3. You think better of that there, wait for the DRS and then get past. Cam's probably knows its time is nearly up on that one as well. He try and fight it. Man, it's going to be a do or die move. Pulls to the inside of the circuit to break the DRS, and to be fair to him, Harry F not making the move around the outside. Can't quite do it. Without the undercut. Here we go. Around. It's a job done. Can't do any defending on the inside. No, he can't. Had to break out of it there. Those tyres just a little bit too older there, and certainly just wearing a different rate. So can't do anything there, as the top 2 remain as they are. Safety car Delta now for the soft compound tyres is open. So if we get a safety car now, everyone will be on the soft compound tyres.
Yep.
However, not seeing any indicator of a safety car this afternoon.
Which is good. I was hoping.
We had a virtual.
Yeah, we had a
one
virtual, yeah. That was for Julie Show, I believe.
You could argue we should have had a safety car. There was a car out on circuit in a dangerous location at the Singapore Sling. But, no safety car, alas, for us, which is good in a way, but also bad in a way, because it'd be good if we got the field closed up a little bit, because it is becoming a little bit of a processional race so far. Connor O'Keefe has this one in the bag, as long as he can pick up a penalty or go off the circuit himself. He just has to stick within that 5 seconds, and the job is his. Toincoin as well, just seeing a little further back. He's having a strong afternoon, is the Alpine driver. And then there's Matt Tibbles, currently sitting himself in 4th, from where he started in this race, which was up 2 positions, started in 6th, currently in 4th, having a solid afternoon for the McLaren driver. One of only McLarens in this field today. The other one not here, unfortunately, but they're down the field. Gats, he finally got that moved on a car. He's off the road trying to make a move. Side of Chill, and finally has this move paid off, but with DRS coming back at him, is Chill going to be able to come through? Well, I'll tell you who's going to come through. It's going to be White. No, can't quite do it. Oh, he's tossed it. The Mercedes going round. The Mercedes is going round. And Poirot's Gats afternoon goes from bad to worse. By Hates thought he had the position done. He tried to break late, tried to get him. Gat broke late up, broke hard up. And they come together. And unfortunately, that is Sir Gat's afternoon. Dropping down yet another position. Oh, and he then clouts the wall as well. And is he lucky to get the way of that one? I think he is.
Yes, I think he's going to be out of the points if he's not careful, which is a bit of a shame. I think It's a shame because his season started off very well. He got loads of wins, but he's just picking up DNF after DNF after DNF. His last point, by the way, was Imola, and he only scored 1. So, yes, it just shows how bad his season is going for the rest of it anyway. They do not have that long to go, of course, but still it can all change at a drop of a hat, so it's not over yet, Basega. But D-Morts, if things stay as they are, D-Morts could be on course to be leading this championship after tonight, even with that penalty. So, I mean, that will be good. Or if not, the gap will be very close, which is going to be very exciting. I'm very impressed with D-Mort's improvement so far on this season. Probably going to be the biggest improver between seasons, I have to say. If the LOE Awards happen again, please have that award again, and maybe D-Morts could be in it. I don't know, but yes, 4/10 gap. Conor O'Keefe to D-Morts then, and maybe D-Morts is way. Meanwhile, Wide drag about once again. They make contact again into turn 7. It's turn 7 where a lot of banging will seem to be happening here tonight. Chill could get them cut back heading towards turn 8 and 9. No, they do not. Okay, so that was tight once again. I think this is where we could see the early battle. Oh, what's happened to Connor?
Lagging. He's lagging. That's an issue there, because he was suddenly right with us. Oh, yeah, really badly lagging.
I think it's desync.
I don't think it's desync. I think he's just generally lagging, which is slightly concerning. Let's hope he doesn't disconnect. We have seen disconnects from people in the past, especially in Title Deciders.
Oh, Toy Coin, that was close.
Yeah, he's pushing it on. He's still in DRS though, so he's close up. And here's Connor. Is he going to try? Is he finally going to make that move on Morts? Realistically now, the opportunity is he needs to make this move now. And there we go. Past him. I don't think Morts is going to fight this one too heavily right now.
He knows about the penalty.
He's got the penalty. He's got a huge gap behind as well, so doesn't really need to fight it too heavily. But third position isn't going to be bad if it is third, but he wants to keep within touching distance still if these guys pick up penalties. But Conor O'Keefe now bolting off into the distance, and Toyncoin next up on that list as well.
Yeah, Toyncoin definitely doing what he can at the moment. So gap comes in for mediums. I thought he would have gone and put on a set of soft tyres to the end for fastest lap, but no, he's going on mediums. Okay, that is a weird call from the Mercedes strategist, but I'm not the one in the car. As Wide a Gawler kicker, how in the battle, Wide gets past him up to 9th. So Wide making moves so far, which is great to see. We're about to approach lap 28 of 31. Yellow flag.
Cam, or is that Ryan? Ryan off the... And he spun out of the hairpin, I think. So,
he's got the car back going again, so no safety car, thank goodness.
Yeah, no safety car. He's got the car going in a straight line. A lady with a time penalty at the back. But meanwhile, gap up front, 7 tenths, 7 tenths, and 6 tenths so far. And then that 13 and a bit second gap between 3rd and 4th. And now you wonder, where's Toyncoin got the pace? Has he got the pace to try and get ahead of Morts and try and challenge the lead up?
Maybe.
Keith now got the pace and start to waltz on into the distance for another victory this afternoon. Won last week, looking to win today as well.
And I think D-Morts just wants to stay within that range of Conor O'Keefe, even if he doesn't want to challenge for the victory. It's important to not take too much risk, because if you take too much risk, you may end up spinning in a wall. And the gap's quite big anyway, so I think the only person he's got to be worrying about, Liam, is Toyncoin.
Yeah. That's certainly true. You want to be very of getting penalties, going in the wall, especially this stage of the race. We've only got, what, 4 or 5 laps to go? And
less than that. We've got, I think, 3?
3 full laps.
4 laps to go. Yeah, roughly about that.
Now, we're coming to the end of this race, and I'll tell you what, you got to start thinking who potentially is the driver. And I will say, Conor O'Keefe definitely up there. You got quite a few. I mean, Matt Tibos has done an awesome job as well, and there's been a lot of people making up good manoeuvres, making up a lot of positions as well. And I will say one that's made up quite a few positions. It will be Cam, up 4 positions for him. The highest driver making up positions. The only real lose out of this race is Chill and Gat, who are down 6 and 11 respectively in their afternoon, but those two having their issues together. Lap 29 then, here we go. And top 3, still nose down. None of them close enough to make a move so far, and I don't think any of them want to be making up manoeuvres so far as well, as we got yellow flags. That's Harry getting out the way. He's lost his front wing.
Oh no. He's not having a good afternoon, unfortunately, but he's still keeping going.
Yeah, luckily, no safety car, I believe, can be called now. We are at that stage of the race where none can be called. So,
yeah, we won't be late for our race.
Yeah, we won't be late for our race, which is good.
So yeah, we get a bit of a break at least between our this race and our race. So that's at 8:10, everybody. D4 and also D2 is on at the same time as well. So if you want to check those both out, it will be on at 8:10. D1 is also on at the same time as us. I believe they've had no safety cars either. So good job D1 and D3 for keeping it clean for the majority. So hopefully that stays the same for the other two divisions, because otherwise I'm going to cry. Yeah. Oh, Harry!
In the pits.
Oh, he retired in the pits. I'm not surprised. He's had enough. He knows the safety car will not... I think he was waiting until a possible safety car could be called, and the safety car won't be called now, so he's retired. So,
yeah, pretty much. He lost his front wing as well. It was at the back. He wasn't scoring points either. So at the race, in comes a Leddy. For another retirement, or is it just for a set of soft compound tyres and go to the end of the race? Try and get a fastest lap if you can, or is he knocked off the front wing somewhere?
He's still going.
Certain. Let's see, set of soft tyres going on then.
Fastest lap.
See if he can take that fastest lap away.
He's not going to get any points though, so...
Oh! Mort has spun it at turn 1. He's dropped the car and he's kept the engine going. He's kept the car pointing just about in the right direction, but that's rather put him down in that position. There you lose it anyway. He's lost it now completely, so he avoided the wall, but losing the rear, the tyre just would not grip, and now Toyncoin can try and get on it. I don't think anything he can do to get Connor is going to happen, but let's see. The LP now in second position officially, and he'll just push on as further down the field, Matt Tibos is currently there. He's got the ghosted car of a Lenny behind him, who's going to be trying to push for that one fastest lap attempt of this race. And he wants to be careful though. He has enough of a gap that he doesn't catch and distract Matt Tibos, but maybe he has a close enough gap that he can get some DRS.
Keep my mic on OBS. There we go. As I was busy typing something because I was telling the Discord we won't have any interviews tonight. But there we go. But looks like unless anything happens, the order's going to remain as it is. Shame about that spin for D-Morts, by the way. Which
yeah,
could mean it could mean that Chill could still be leading the championship. I might no. I don't know actually. I don't know. How many points do you get for third? 15. No, probably not. Yeah, D-Morse will be leading the championship, but not quite by much now because he's spun. But anyway.
Oh, yeah, but he was also going to be third either way, Jess, so I mean.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Time. He is kind of in that range where Matt Tibos could be close, but he's nowhere near. Even with the 5-second penalty, Matt Tibos is 11 behind, so no, he's not. But last lap of this race as the guys push up front. Number 7 leading number 74, I believe it is. Then the Mercedes leading the Alpine, 1.2 seconds the gap. And no real battle looking like it's going to be likely for the lead, unless Conor O'Keefe has a drastic moment or something goes horrendously wrong. Not seeing why I might have an opportunity. Cam fun in this race. He's close up on the back of him, but apart from that, I think maybe Chill on kicker. That might be the last two manoeuvres. Chill realistically wants to try and get past Cool Kicker if he can. The question is, can he get past?
That will help him in the championship. That will help in the championship he can get past, so he's got to at this point. But I think this could be... I think both the Williams are having battles, to be fair. Let's see if Wai can challenge Cam here into turn 7. The answer to that is no. Both of them are derating at the moment. Cooler Kicker and Chill both derating as well. But Chill looks very close on Cooler Kicker. So is he going to go for the move down the inside to turn 7? No, he is not. But Chill, by the way, is on 21 lap old hards. Cooler Kicker 22 lap old mediums. I started to see Corner Kicker's tyres go off the edge of the cliff, but let's go on board with
meanwhile-
Connor.
Yeah, he'll win the race then here in Singapore, then from Toinkind in second. Mort will cross the line in third position, and Chill has been overtaken. Something's gone at the back, and Cool Kicker's dropped it, actually, I think is what's happened. He's in the wall. Yeah, he is in the wall then. So,
Yes.
Cool Kicker in the wall. Has there been contact potentially between him and Chill as Cam and White? Why continue to battle, but meanwhile, Matt Tip cross the line in fourth. J-Luke will cross the line in fifth, and Ryan in sixth. Then it'll be Harry. But who's it going to be between Cam and White? White, these two pushing on close as they come to the last few corners of this race. And they're a bit deep there for White. I think that's his chance gone. So here we go then. Cam will cross the line in eighth. A good recovery drive. He was qualified outside the top 12. Will finish in eighth position at the flag. Ninth for YH. Chill will get 10th. In the end, is there an investigation potentially? Was there some contact between him and Kicker?
We'll
That's
see.
to be decided. Or is the Aston Martin just having some issues? But MCR across the line 11th. 12th for Cool. So Gat will be 13th. Letty will be 14th. Did not get the fast lap in the end either.
Hope he did not. But we've had a good race. There was some bits where it was possessional, especially towards the front of the field. But in the midfield, it definitely brought some action as well. Only one VSC to boot as well. And yeah, no rain. So there we go. And Liam, you were key to lead the session, and we haven't even gone through the standings yet.
Yeah, I forgot to press. I meant to press that button. Well, I went through the order anyway.
Yeah, Wise Wise got driver of the day in game. We may as well pick our driver of the day before we end the stream. So who would you pick, Liam?
I'm going to pick Cam.
I'm going to pick Connor because he won the race and did it quite convincingly.
And you can pick the next one.
We'll go through your order and then I'll pick the other one. Okay, so Connor wins the race from first. No trouble there. Toin Coin from fourth to second. D-Morts from second to third. Matt Tibble sixth to fourth. Then we got Jayden, Ryan B, Harry F, Cam, White and Chill. Then we got MCR, Corner Kicker. They're the ones that score points. So Gat and Aledi are your finishers. Harry, I think, still classifies, so he'll be 15th. But your retirements are Ryan B, Lars and Judy Show. Oh, who should I give my third drive of the day to? You know what? I'm going to give it to Toin Coin. He kept the pressure from D-Morts and was having good battles as well. I believe his best result of the season, if I'm correct. Yes, it's his best result of the season in P2. So yeah, I'm going to give my second drive of the day to Toin Coin. So Connor O'Keefe, Toin Coin and Cam will be our drivers of the days. So you can vote them in a poll tomorrow on the League of Europe Twitter. So we're about to head off. No interviews tonight because we've got to get into the lobby ready for our race in just over 10 minutes. Thanks for watching. Liam, any final thoughts before we head off?
Not on me. I'll say it's been a great race, and thank you for having me again, Jess.
No problem. And thank you for commentating on your birthday because I didn't want to be doing that on my birthday and you did. So, yeah, thank you very much, and happy birthday again, by the way. Wish him happy birthday in the comments, please. That would be lovely. And we will see you next week for the Austrian Grand Prix. Oh, boy, I'm excited for Austria. That's going to be fun. So, no, we're not here next week. Break week.
It's break week.
Yeah,
Excellent.
break week. Oh my God, I should have checked the calendar. So, yeah. No race next week, but in 2 weeks' time, 14 days' time, we'll be at Austria. Should be a good laugh. So don't expect the stream next week, because there won't be any. So for myself and Liam, see you in 2 weeks' time for the Austrian Grand Prix. Have a good evening. Take care. Stay safe, and goodbye.